Are we live? Hey guys, this is Bobby Clue with the Somerset-Pulaski County Chamber of Commerce. We are back at it again today for another installment of our Chamber Spotlight series where we're highlighting our 2023 Business of the Year award winners. So today is a big award. Some might say one of the biggest that we hand out on a yearly basis. New Business of the Year. So our winner this past year, Miss Shawna VanHook, the law office of Shawna M. VanHook. Shawna, thank you very much for taking some time to talk with me today. How are you?
Yes, thank you, Bobby. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, it's a big deal for us to do everything we can to highlight these award winners, and this Chamber Spotlight Series is just another opportunity to do that. I want to talk just real quickly about. I love your story. I want to hear that story. We're in a very historic building right now, right in the heart of our downtown. You might be able to, very faintly, you might be able to hear the fountain even from where we are right now. We're on the second floor of, this was the old Citizens Bank building, correct?
That's right, yes. So this is the original Citizens National Bank building. John Prather is the attorney whose practice I purchased last year. His law practice has been in this building for many years, and I know there's been several businesses between that law practice and the bank as well. So this is a very, very historic building in Somerset.
And you know, I think that one of the things I remember from our conversation is that, you know, you had this friendship with Mr. Prather, and your focuses in the law kind of overlapped each other.
Yes.
And it was just this very serendipitous moment where you were able to come in here and purchase this building and still have an office for Mr. Prather downstairs.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That is very true. Very unique situation that I was practicing at a law firm in Indiana and happened to have a chance meeting with Mr. Prather. Very unique also in that, you know, Mr. Prather and I practice all the same types of law. So it's kind of hard to find someone with all those same practice areas. So,
sure.
So yes, it really was kind of serendipitous and really just happy that it happened.
Well, and you've been such a wonderful addition to our community. For people that may not know, what areas of law do you specialize in? Because I'm sure that there are some things that are more boutique in the law world, and then there's some things that are a little bit more broad-based. What do you focus on?
Sure. So I do a lot of real estate work, which is kind of goes hand in hand with Southern Title, which is the title company that I own that's also in this building. So a lot of real estate work, a lot of estate planning and estate administration or probate work. I do a lot of corporate and business work as well. And then I do quite a bit of civil litigation also, which kind of runs the gamut from, you know, contract disputes, any, you know, construction disputes. So kind of a broad array of matters in the civil litigation realm.
A lot of business law is what it sounds like to me. So as, you know, a person who represents 1,100, you know, businesses, you know, it sounds like we're probably talking to your clientele right now. A lot of business law issues that might arise. Mm-hmm. You're there, you can handle those types of things.
That's right. So I do a lot of work with businesses, even from formation of the business, so kind of evaluating what type of structure is best and working through kind of getting the documents registered with the Secretary of State. So kind of that initial part, and then all the way through, you know, operating the business, if there's disputes along the way that wind up in litigation,
sure.
And then also if there's a winding up of the business. So we kind of handle the whole spectrum as far as businesses go.
Well, you know, you mentioned something very interesting, and this is something that, you know, you've also brought under your umbrella is Southern Title. So a lot of people probably know that name. They may not even know that that's a company now under your umbrella
Sure.
of businesses here in this office. Probably a very good business to have with the types of law that you practice.
Yes, I would say that is true. So I actually just purchased Southern Title. It was about a year ago, this time last year,
Right.
When I purchased Southern Title. So it is a full-service real estate title and closing company. Really does work hand in hand with the law office. So all of the deed preparation for the real estate transactions comes through the law office. We prepare those. But also, working through any title issues that come up to get us to closing and working through those so we can get them resolved. So it really is a great partnership between Southern Title and the law office.
Yeah.
And also terribly convenient that we're right here in the same location.
Just another tool in the belt along the way, so where
Absolutely.
you don't have to outsource these, these services. You can have them all in-house.
That's absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially with the law that you're practicing. This just seems like a natural next step for someone to consider having under their
Yes,
roof.
very much so.
Yeah.
Very much
Well, so I know that you ended up here for several reasons. I know your husband's from this area.
Yes.
Small business owner as well.
Yes.
I know you've been involved. You're now employing several people here in our community.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun to have an opportunity to get to see a new business grow and thrive. And we never know how a new business might actually do in our community, but
Sure.
it seems like you guys are growing leaps and bounds, and I love to hear those stories.
Yes.
And it's great to have you here, and you're
Appreciate
involved now. You're getting your employees involved. There's several local organizations they're involved with. Is there
Yes.
anything that's really just kind of touched your heart since you've been here? Any organizations or nonprofit civic groups that you guys have really been involved with, or something that you've found that you like?
Well, I would say kind of along those lines, but maybe a little bit different, is I'm very fortunate right now that I have 2 high school students that are working here.
Right.
One of them is working for Southern Title. She is doing kind of the administrative tasks, order entry, answering the phones, helping with our customers. And then my law office, I have a work study student for the law office who is a local high school student interested in going to law school. So she actually reached out to me and asked if we might have an opportunity for her to come during her work study periods.
Sure.
During the school year. So she is in the law practice part learning everything she can about what it's like being a lawyer, being in the practice of law. So I would say for me, that's one thing that I have always been very passionate about, is how we're bringing up the next generation and
Amen.
how we are mentoring and leading them and getting them to be our next group of leaders. So I feel
Absolutely.
very fortunate to have both of them here.
Yeah, we have participated in the program through the high schools for years. I believe our intern actually starts next week.
Okay,
so
wow.
we still keep up with our interns.
Yes.
And we invite them in. We have a big Christmas party every year. We always invite our interns, even from a decade ago, just to
Sure.
kind of keep up with them.
Yes.
And see how they're doing and
Yes.
kind of follow along with their stories. We enjoy that a great deal.
Yeah.
It's a great way to give back, and I'm sure in the legal side of things too. That's a great way to determine whether you want to go into law or not.
It certainly is. And what I would say on that end too is, she's really getting some experience that I know I never had as a
Right.
high school student. And so she will really know what it's like to work in a law firm, and
Sure.
is that something she wants to do?
Yeah, it's not always glamorous, is
yeah,
it? It's very litigious. It's a lot of
Yes.
It's a lot
Sometimes
of
a
reading,
lot of paperwork. Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
and so this might be something. I think a lot of people think it's like Law and Order, and there's always action going
Yes.
on, and a lot of times, depending on what type of law it is, you may not be in the courtroom a lot.
Right.
It may be you're in your office
Right.
and you're working with clients and whatnot.
That's right.
So she's
Yes.
getting a chance to really see where the sausage is made, so to speak.
Yes, she certainly is. And I think it's important too, because as we're mentoring and leading these group of students, we have an opportunity to, with her, for example, if she goes to college or goes to law school, for her to potentially come back here. So then she already has that foundational experience here at my firm, where she could, potentially come step
back
right
here.
back in. Absolutely.
Well, and it's a little off topic, but that's exactly how the residency program was formed at the hospital here. it's not always easy to get people who specialize to come back to a small
Sure.
rural community.
Sure.
You set up a really good residency program, which we have, and a percentage of those residents are going to fall in love with this community and they're going to want to stay, where otherwise they might have gone somewhere else. So it has worked out great, and that's the goal is, we want our kids here to find opportunities. We want them to go away for a while, get educated, go see the world a little
Absolutely.
bit. But we wanted to give them opportunities where they can come back. And these are good, high-paying opportunities for people to come back to our community. So I want to thank you for doing that. Shawna, let me ask you, if people want to learn more about you, your law firm, if they want to get in touch with you, how do people do that?
Yes, so the law office, we do have a LinkedIn page, and our office is located at 48 Public Square, right on the square in downtown Somerset. And we also have a website. It's vanhooklawoffice.com.
Sure.
So they're also welcome to visit us there on the website. And I'm happy to give the phone number too if you think that's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Why not? You never know who might be listening. They might need an attorney now.
Maybe, yes. So the phone number at the office is 606-679-1626.
Well, John, I want to thank you. And again, I want to congratulate you and your office as our new Business Award winner of the year. Again, the reason we do these chamber spotlights is simply to provide you with additional visibility. We are very proud of the selections that our committee makes for Business of the Year. And I think that this is a fun one. You're in big company. I remember the year that Texas Roadhouse moved to town, new Business of the Year immediately. So, you're in Texas Roadhouse country. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes.
But, this might be, in my tenure anyway, the first law firm that's won a new Business of the Year award. I think from what I've seen and everything I've learned about you, it's incredibly well deserved. I want to thank you for your time today, and just anything we can always do to support you, we want to do that.
Well, I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, you have been listening to our latest Chamber Spotlight. I'm here with the law offices of Shawna M. VanHook. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back very soon with our next Chamber Spotlight, but until then, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.